How are you?
I'm great. I'm looking at
What is it?
we just launched Druid and our fam club and HRG to the public less than an hour ago. So I'm anxiously
Oh,
watching people in the Shopify right now.
yeah. Is it good?
It's great. It's been
Yeah.
going great. So
I
it's early days, but very exciting.
yeah. When I get paid, I'm gonna get the High Rollers Guild season two because I know how fast these things go.
Yeah.
Uh, People love them. I and the website is really growing. I love looking at things and especially love the way you can catch up on the story. You have the story of Quest's End, even if the bottles are out of print. And you're expanding. You have the fan club. Could you talk about the sense of community that you're aiming for,
Yeah.
that you want to create?
Yeah, we say that we're a community company first, built around a spirit, you know, around a spirit brand. Our goal is to add value to these communities, right? So we're not just transacting on someone's passion for Dungeons and Dragons or horror. We're our North Star is what value do we bring to that community? So you see these people go out all the time and sort of trade on people's passions, and it just falls short and it's hollow. And so our whole thing is like our proposition is like, what do we give back? So we're excited. I mean, we've had a great first year. It's nice to bring the second year back, on, and to go back to the community and see where we're at. And so far, as of this morning, it's going great. I mean, we are, fam club is a great example, right? We built this thing to find a way to give people value back, right? It's $50 for the year, but you get 15% off of everything. And then on top of it, you get like these behind the ropes experiences, like, like invitations to real life parties or virtual tastings with leadership, or a chance to win special products, and and just creating opportunity and Discord, like, so that people can communicate and engage, right? And so that's our thing. I mean, we believe that at the end of the day, it's more fun to build that than to just sell a bottle of booze.
Yeah, yeah. So it's so much more than just like, oh, a Rick and Morty inspired burger at Wendy's or something.
Right.
It's
That's a great example.
it's very cool. And you're launching a podcast too. Could you talk about that? I'm here if you ever need me. Could you talk about that and sort of how you're trying to get more involved, not just with the alcohol itself, but with these extracurricular sort of things?
Yeah. Yeah, so it's funny. I love people. I love talking to people, and I've been back, sort of kicking back and forth doing a podcast for forever. The hard thing for me is sort of finding a way to produce it and generate it, make sure people are tuning in and all those things. And so for me, the idea of creating a special podcast just for people in this community that I only have to worry about speaking to this community really resonated, because that way I don't have to worry about, becoming the next Dak Shepard. I also think that if we're talking about things that I'm excited about and that's specifically built around our community, I think it makes it easier to sort of to leap into a starting point, right? And so the idea of this is like finding celebrities, finding people, finding normal people in our community, and sort of understanding where they found their sort of their freak flag, like what turns them on in the world, what is their thing that they're passionate about, and how they found that, how they speak to that community. Like this idea of like, I play D&D, right? That's a big piece of who I am. But for years and years and years, that was shrouded in fear and embarrassment and pressured to like hide it, or that I should be ashamed of it. Shame. And so the idea of being able to find a podcast or create a podcast or conversations around finding your thing that you love and expressing it, I think it's exciting. And look, maybe it changes. Maybe we do 3 episodes and it changes to something else. But right now, I think it's a good place to jump into early conversations.
Yeah, I love that idea. And it's kind of beautiful too when you put it that way and you think of the people who grew up with, these things they love that they might be afraid of sharing or ashamed of because of, how society is. You've made that passion into a sort of bespoke art of beauty. Like someone growing up can see that passion alive in this bottle and this story and all this attention people pay to it. I think it's really beautiful.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, Druid, I was curious. Two things stood out to me when
Yeah.
I was reading about it: a vermouth barrel along with rum and sweet menthol. Could you talk about that flavor profile and
Yeah,
that?
it's so fun. So everything that we do in terms of our blending process is that we give our master blender Molly Trope. She reads the story. She's not a gamer, so we read her into what a druid the class is and what sort of they're about, which is easy for me because it's my favorite class. So I talked a long time about what druids do and how they're attuned to nature and how they speak to animals and their magics. And so then she takes this information, this cauldron of information, and she goes out and finds liquid to blend together to sort of tell that story within the juice itself. And so for this, we really centered on the location on the map location for this particular setting feels like a very Pacific Northwest vibe. And so with like a grove of trees, there's like a druid grove at the opening. And so the idea of this sort of Pacific Northwest vibe. So we went out and she sourced liquid from that region. And then she went for a very herbaceous sort of on the palate taste. And I think the flavor profile is going to be really exciting. Look, to me, season 2 of Quest End is really about expanding our liquid base, expanding people's sort of expectations. So we did a lot of Kentucky bourbon first season, again blended. Ali and Choa did a great job of sort of telling the story through liquid, but now we want to expand and give people different sort of liquid profiles. So over the course of the year, we're going to be doing some really cool stuff. That's just a long way of saying I'm very excited.
Yeah, and Druid, I'm thinking grungy, grassy, other GRs.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Um, is it set to be sort of seasonal then? Because you have the four. This is spring. Are you planned out
No,
already?
no. Yeah, each season's 4 drops, and we space them out over the course of a year. So yeah, but not seasonal necessarily. No.
Okay. Okay, interesting. Um, I really enjoyed speaking with you before, and the last time we spoke, you had talked about Scream 3, if you don't mind. This very cool idea, dark idea to bring Stu back that didn't work. And now here it is, Stu's coming back. Is it that idea from Scream 3 that brings you back or no?
No, no.
Fair enough, fair enough. And it's interesting
That was a
because,
very monosyllabic answer. Yeah, I
of
can't really get
course,
into how he comes back or why he comes back, but he's back.
of course. Well, because I figure, Skeet Ulrich, friend of yours, he's been back in, I guess you could say, a hallucinatory way. David Arquette is coming back too, and you're back, and I'm thinking like, is Scream becoming more supernatural leaning in a sense? Well, I mean, Ghostface, it's right there. Spirits.
Yeah, there you go.
Do you,
We should put them both together. Yeah, no,
yeah, you should have a Scream collab.
it's like at the end when you see Obi-Wan Kenobi and Yoda and Vader in the same shot. That's going to be David Arquette, Skeet and I. It's as we're leading Nev through the. No, listen, it is definitely not supernatural. It's same old Ghostface, but maybe with a twist. But obviously, I can't get into it too much.
Yeah, absolutely. And we just spoke with David Arquette for another movie he's working on, and he raved about Kevin Williamson. I mean, Kevin Williamson is an OG. He's been there. What was he like as a director? Because
He was
it's
great. He was great. I think that we speak the same language. I mean, obviously, we worked together 100 years ago on Scream One. We're friends. He's like, part of my, such a it was such an experience for all of us. It felt like sort of like our college experience. I've said this before, but Scream to me was like my college experience. Those friendships, the connectivity that we all shared during that, and he was a big part of that. So I've known him for 100 years. It's lovely to be back. We were actually playing a game night at Mike Flanagan's like 2 months before he called to offer me the part, and I was like, dude, you knew that whole time and you didn't say things like, I know I was dying, I should have said something then. But yeah, I mean, look, he's great to work with. It's like an old friend. We speak the same language. It was very easy to sort of jump back in.
Yeah. Well, I know everyone can't wait to see it. You mentioned you had, you were worried about puffing up Stu. I think you said at a panel.
Sure,
Hey,
sure.
don't worry about it. Everything, I mean, the baseline is you're making it better by being there. People love you and your character. Just to say that on behalf of the fans.
Thank you. I appreciate that. It doesn't
Yeah.
mean I can't F it up. There's no doubt I could still F it.
Well, thank you so much for discussing this.
Yeah, Matt. Thank
If
you, man.
you, yeah, look forward to more horror releases too. But if you ever want more word out about Find Familiar, just let us know at MovieWeb.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a good one.